There's noise in my brain all the time, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
For some COVID-19 survivors, the symptoms seem to never go away.
But I'm like, I can't breathe. I'm like, I can't, it's almost like I have to think and try harder to expand my lungs since having COVID.
Two Michigan mothers, Gloria Vitisse and Serena Shapansky, still fighting to recover. After initially beating the illness, mysterious symptoms slowly crept back into their lives. Vitisse says after getting COVID in March, she can only describe her symptoms as a constant buzzing in her brain.
I've had a brain scan, I've had a heart scan, I've had a CT of my sinuses, I've had the Doppler of my carotid arteries, and there have been some minor findings in all of them, but nothing that explains any of the symptoms.
Vitisse says before COVID, she was healthy. In fact, she had just gotten a physical. Shapansky is a nurse, and before COVID, she says she was active and full of energy. Now, 3 months later.
And now I need breaks. Now I get tired. If I take one dog for a walk, I come home, I rest for a while just because I'm so tired, and I take the other dog for a walk.
Not only did Shapansky get COVID, but it also turned to pneumonia. Her long-term symptoms don't stop with fatigue.
Oh, I still have issues with smell. I can taste. I don't taste as well as I did.
Doctors are now trying to get an explanation of what they are calling COVID long haulers. People that have symptoms long after getting infected.
It's unclear to us. There's a lot we still don't know about this virus.
Dr. Vineet Chopra is the chief of hospital medicine at U of M. He and other doctors did a study in which they looked at 1,600 patients who had been discharged from hospitals across Michigan. Researchers called them back 60 days after they left, and 1 out of 3 still had persistent symptoms.
Anything from, persistent cough, difficulty breathing, having trouble climbing up the stairs, all the way to new problems with their heart or new problems with their circulation.
Chopra says there is still so much doctors just don't know about how or why COVID impacts certain people the way it does.
It was really surprising to see just how many people, A, hadn't recovered, B, had same or worsening symptoms, or C, most importantly, had kind of a newer problem that they were dealing with even 2 months out from having COVID.
Chopra says if you've already had a pre-existing condition and a weakened immune system, you could experience longer lasting symptoms. But for others, it's a different scenario.
Their immune system overcorrects. So rather than fighting off the infection, they actually start to fight their own body. And so they continue to attack the lungs, they continue to attack their circulatory system and have these persistent symptoms in terms of their ongoing complaints.
Vitisse is grateful her symptoms weren't worse despite the constant ringing in her head.
And I feel lucky that with all of the testing that I've had after with my symptoms that carry on, that I don't seem to have anything life-threatening and any kind of damage that's that bad.
Shapansky is grateful too, but fears for the future.
What am I going to lose next time? Losing a little taste and smell I can live with, but what is it going to do next time? Am I going to be someone who needs to walk around with oxygen? I don't want that.
Rachel McCrary reporting with WNEM TV5.
The CDC says multi-year studies are underway to further investigate the long-term effects of COVID.